Welcome everyone, today we have 10 new glitches in Super Mario Maker 2. Be sure to smash that like button. Hit the like button, turn it blue, you know you want to. Without further ado, let's dive in. So right here, this sideways spring is going to hit this muncher a little bit, which is going to knock it off of the claw and drop it down. The muncher is going to stay stuck in the snake blocks, and when we move the snake blocks, something cool happens. So let's say Toad just wanders into the situation. Now he's going to hit the snake block and let it go over to the right, and when it's about to be out from underneath the muncher, it pushes the muncher out to the left, which is pretty interesting, and could be a very nefarious troll. So say you had no idea what's going on, you drop the snake block and, well, muncher kills you. RIP. So that big wiggler has a big thwomp on it and has cannons on top of that. As you notice, the cannons kind of phase through the clown car back and forth. Clown car doesn't move at all, which is quite interesting. Now when I hit this on-off switch, the wiggler is going to go even further to the right, and the clown car is going to clip out of the launchers. What is that all about? For a second, I want you to just look at the speed of these cannonballs. The black one travels pretty slow, and the red one is much faster. Can we affect the speed of these cannonballs? Yes, we can. With a cape or a raccoon tail, if I hit this note block, the cannon will go up and then come back down. If it does that while it's shooting a cannonball, it will go really, really fast. So check out the speed of this black cannonball. Shoots across the screen really quickly. We did an automated setup of this in the past. This is not automated, though. Check out the red cannonball. Super fast. Pretty sweet. Here's the same setup as before, but this time it's automated. So now we have a shell hitting that note block instead of the cape flicking hitting it. And it's pretty sweet how the cannonballs will go super duper fast. So this can add a very interesting little mechanic to a level, if you so choose. Using this setup, we can crush through these blocks much quicker than normal with a spin jump. All we need is a launcher on top of the entire stack right here. So when I start the scene, all I'm going to do is just spin jump and then let the rest unfold by itself. And it's pretty interesting. It's pretty cool what it looks like. So all I do is spin jump. The cannon pushes me down much faster than normal. It creates an interesting effect. Not very glitchy, but very, very cool. Whoops. With this setup right here, we have a clear pipe that enemies can enter, but Toad cannot. With this spring right here, Toad actually can't enter this clear pipe because, well, he's not on the same level as the clear pipe, the level of ground. But enemies, for whatever reason, can slip right through the spring and go through this pipe. They cannot go through on the other side. So if we put a spring on the other side of this pipe, it would soft lock the enemies inside of the pipe. Toad, however, cannot go through either direction. Well, he can't go through this side because the spring blocks him, and if he goes through this side, he'll just go back in the other direction. So if I start the scene right here, you see that the Goomba travels through, travels through, travels through. Spikeball travels through as well and kills everybody. So everyone can go through this pipe except for Toad. Toad cannot. And in fact, if you go through the other side, it just pushes you back the other way. Pretty interesting. Here we have another Inaccessible Clown Car setup. Rather unassuming. There's a clown car inside of this cannon, and when we start the scene, well, let's just let this happen. So the clown car comes out of that cannon, and we cannot go into it. This tends to happen when clown cars are stuck in the ground. So, yeah. Can't get into this clown car. Ripperonis and pepperonis. So right now, when I hit this hidden block right here, you're going to notice these blocks right here underneath Toad and these blocks over here to the left are both going to explode and open up a path for us. How in the world does that work? Let me show you. There are two winged blocks right here. When the spike ball falls, it's going to hit both of these winged blocks. The winged block that's on the rail is going to go up and then back down the rail and fall off, and that one has a bomb inside of it. So when I start the scene, you're going to see the bombs merge behind those hidden blocks, those blocks. Now when I hit this hidden block over here, it refreshes all hidden blocks, which crushes both bombs, blowing up the path and allowing me to go through. So when I hit this hidden block above Toad's head, both of those paths open up. We've done ideas like this in the past, however this one is super clean and super easy to do. So here we find a Pswitch that is quite unreachable. And it looks like that's how we have to progress. We have to hit this Pswitch somehow. So how would we do this? All you really have to do is ground pound this semi-solid. We can't just walk over it. Nothing really happens. If we ground pound, though, we can hit the Pswitch and then go through the door. Using this setup right here, we can create a very glitched out spring. Be careful, do not go past this one way because you will get soft locked. However, let's check this out a little bit. So this puts the spring in a very precarious situation. It's kind of hyperspeeding up and down. If we jump on it, it will boost us up in random directions based on where it is moving currently. So this is pretty interesting, pretty crazy. And again, watch out for this one way, you will get soft locked. Another interesting thing we can do is put a twister on top of that because apparently twisters can stand on springs. Check out what happens this time. So the twister is stuck on top of the spring and is glitched out as well. And if we jump into it, it kind of sucks us back to the center of the twister, which is really strange. I don't think that's normal. It just sucks us back into the center. Very strange interactions here. We're going to create a walkable surface on this lava right here. We're going to use a black hole and that glitched track thing that we did in a previous video where we put blocks on a half tile, like off the grid. So we're going to create a big rail like that, put a seesaw on top of it, on top of the curved rail. Make it nice and big. I'm going to take this seesaw, delete it, and then copy this one over into the black hole and then undo twice. When I undo twice, this big seesaw is on the rail still, and when we take this rail out of the black hole, the seesaw goes over there. Now, as you know, we have to take the seesaw off of the rail and then move the rail again. And it's going to put the seesaw right about there. So it's on this curved rail, but it's not on the curved rail, meaning we can put something else on the curved rail as well. I can start and stop, put it on the rail. Ooh, there we go. That's what we want. So now we have a blue platform on the rail, and there's a seesaw on the same tiles of it. So when we start the scene like this, it's a very convenient little walk-on lava setup using only 3 items. Using a curved rail, a platform, a blue one, and a seesaw. Using 3 items, we have a walkable surface on lava, which is pretty interesting, because usually it takes a lot more than just that.